one time I heard about conversation like this. Someone would say, I joined the gym membership for $10,000, and it's a membership for 3 years. And the person talking to him who responds, really? I didn't realize that you are a frequent gym goer. And the person who responds embarrassingly say, yeah, I went there quite often in the first couple of weeks, and I give up at the end. What a waste! And that's why the gym and the business are so profitable. We tend to give things up very easily. Let me share with you tonight my personal experience, how to keep a habit. And there are 3 key steps I want to highlight that help us to keep us going. The first thing, A, is to set a goal. We try to set goals that is critical field, not to set too many, and that's obvious to many people. I'm not going to talk a lot in this. B is to set a reasonable target. One of my friend, or he is my colleague, is Santa Claus looking like. Okay, he has a big back. And one day he told me he wants to be as fit as Daniel. Then to him, I would, as a friend, I would say, I support you. But to the bottom of my heart, I would say, that is mission impossible, unless he go for plastic surgery. Okay. That's interesting though. That's why we have to make our goal and our target achievable. And C, that is most important of all, is to make it as a habit. Live with it and keep it. Okay. And many people miss out this part. The friend of mine joined the gym membership. And I went to gym in the first couple of weeks with him. He almost went there every day. And he has a very strong motivation. He was very harsh in the gym. At one time, when I looked at him, I was like, should I call an ambulance for him? And he told me he wanted to give birth to the baby reside in his tummy for a long period of time since he was undergraduate. At the time when he told me that, I know this is a mission impossible project for him, and I know there is one thing that's missing, is making his plan as a habit. Why do I say so? Because motivation is just something that gets you started, and only habit can keep you moving. So he won't be able to deliver his baby until he has his plan and serve it as a habit. If I were him, I would do the following. First of all, I set weight reduction the only goal for the year. Second, make it a reasonable goal. Third is to keep it as a habit. Make the plan that can serve as a long-term and routine habit for him. Instead of going there every day during the first couple of weeks, I would be setting a plan that go for 2 or 3 times a week. That sounds more reasonable. And instead of running like hell, I would be spending 15 minutes of time running. And it's okay to run a bit longer time when times go by, but not to make it too harsh. And at the same time, when I start to lose my motivation, and I try to skip 1 or 2 sections, I will tell myself, don't. Keep going and make it a habit. Even though you're going there, resting on the sofa, and whatever thing you do, you just go and check it. Because if you skip 1 time, and it's having a very high chance they will sit another time. and then you won't be going to the gym for the rest of the days or years. Okay. At the time when you start to pick up the hobby or going gym, for example, as your habit, you will feel itchy if you don't go there, like as your routine habit. Okay. This kind of concept is applicable to many other things, not only going for gym. For example, going to the Toastmaster meeting. We see people showing up a couple of times, and then they disappear. I was one of them, honestly, back a couple of weeks ago. And how come people like Terry, like Charles, like Kane, they can be here every time? Except they are the ISCO member, they make it a habit and make Toastmaster their part of life. So be here even though you don't want to. So remember, motivation is what keeps you started. Habit is what gets you going. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. We look forward to seeing Alan here, even though it's
I didn't really get it. What was it? The man was having a baby?
The man was like having a baby because he has a big belly.
Oh, okay.
Oh,